Hello, and welcome back to another episode of I Want to Draw and Talk About Mermaids from 2003. How's it going? Today's subject is Lucia Nanami in her final form as Aqua Regina. It finally happened, y'all. So, the Mermaid Melody sequel, Mermaid Melody Aqua, is still going, and I'm just as surprised as you are. Anyone who has seen my videos knows that this damn anime has had me in a chokehold since 2007. So when the sequel was announced 2 years ago, I was so damn excited. Then it was announced that this new series was about Lucia's daughter, and it felt like such a full circle moment because the reason I even found Mermaid Melody all those years ago was because I had just discovered YouTube as a 12-year-old, and I really wanted to watch The Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea. Any of you who know about The Little Mermaid's direct-to-DVD sequel, you know that Ariel has a daughter in this sequel, and her daughter is a girl named Melody. So if you search The Little Mermaid Melody clips on YouTube in 2007, chances are you'd find this anime. And that's exactly what happened. No one ever talks about the Little Mermaid to Mermaid Melody anime pipeline. When the time came to read the first Mermaid Melody Aqua chapter, I had so many expectations. I was excited to see my favorite characters and to maybe fall in love with new ones. I wanted to see what the now 15 years older mermaid princesses would look like, and I wanted to see what kind of dynamic Lucia had with her daughter. Needless to say, I expected too much. As I've mentioned before in my videos, this sequel has so many problems. First and foremost, why does Rukia look exactly like her mother? Also, why do all these characters who are supposed to be in their mid-30s still look like their 13-year-old selves? Why is Lucia making her only child marry a merman whom she's never met? And apparently now it's forbidden to fall in love with a human, when Lucia herself fell for a human, married said human, and had a child with that same human. Mind you, Lucia is now the new ocean goddess. So why isn't she calling the shots? You'd think that being Aqua Regina comes with its own perks, but I suppose not. So to recap, since I last made a Mermaid Melody video, there have been around 12 or so chapters. The last time we saw our heroes, they were trying to get my favorite gal, Sarah, to snap out of her brainwashing. She was brainwashed by that weirdo merman, Laurent. He's a fan of stupid attack names, let's call it that. And he also revived some of Gaito's old hench ladies. It's during this chapter that we see Lucia as Aqua Regina, and I lost it. Okay, I was freaking stoked when I first read this, because I felt that this manga was finally going somewhere. You know, just a couple videos ago, I asked what the heck had happened to Lucia's Aqua Regina storyline, and at that point we had only seen her as a housewife, which I don't think housewife is a good thing for Lucia, you know? Like, didn't she like cooking? I had always assumed that she was gonna be like a chef or pastry chef or something. Like, housewife is fine, but I had more expectations, you know? In a way, her being a housewife makes more sense now because she's also Aqua Regina, which means that she has a whole bunch of other duties on top of her, like, regular life. So, I guess housewife works. Anyways, even with the new Aqua Regina's help, the princesses fail to get Sarah to snap out of it, and Rukia ends up being washed up ashore defeated. This is where she meets some guy who helps her get home, as her kind of boyfriend watches in the distance jealously. Turns out this new guy is Rukia's fiance, and he's a prince from the North Pacific Ocean, which is Lucia and Rukia's kingdom. And yes, I have a problem with that, because where have the mermen been hiding these past 20 years? I don't get it. Moving on. So, this Laurent guy, he seems to be a mega Gaito stan. Like, he basically wants to replicate everything that Gaito did, except that he actually wants to win at the end. So, yeah. That means this manga officially has the same villain and the same protagonist as the previous manga. Yay. Laurent copied Gaito down to the Mermaid Princess. Gaito joined forces with Sarah, the Orange Pearl Princess, so now Laurent has to join forces with Sarah's heir, Seira. In fact, he apparently needs her to be obsessed with him so that he can use her for her power. Because apparently the Orange Pearl Princess is the most powerful one and the most susceptible to falling into the darkness.
They work it fierce.
Yes, girl.
They work
Yes,
it
mama.
bad.
God.
They do it. Yeah. That's right. That part.
Yeah.
Now, back to Rukia's unwanted love triangle. I truly want to believe that Lucia is just a fan of soap operas and that she wants to see one unfold in front of her, because this woman tells her daughter falling for a human is unforgivable. And then a few chapters after, she's like, well, fate may change if you find a love that surpasses the laws of the sea. So basically saying, yo, I arranged for you to be married with this guy, but if your love for the other one is true, then I guess that's cool too. She's just sitting back with popcorn, watching these two guys fight over her daughter, knowing that her daughter has absolutely no interest in one of them. Kaito, on the other hand, is just like, hey, daughter, follow your heart. But also, it doesn't seem like he opposes anything that Lucia has done with this arranged marriage. Like, have they had a discussion about this? She's his daughter too. Like, doesn't he get a say in whether she gets to marry someone that she doesn't know? Like, I don't get it. And speaking of Kaito, I kind of feel that Rukia's boyfriend is more in love with Kaito than with her sometimes. Like, he and Kaito go out surfing together. Kaito invites him to family gatherings. Like, they're besties already. Which makes sense because guess who's revealed to be part of the Pantalasa clan? The same clan that Kaito and Gaito are part of. Yeah, Kurosuna, Rukia's boyfriend, is the heir to the Pantalasa clan. Who would have thunk? Not me. I'm kidding, I did. I saw that coming. He had been having dreams of Gaito and Sarah urging him to awaken, and during one of the Mermaid Princess battles with the baddie of the day, he finally awakens, except that he isn't quite himself, and just before he can attack the princesses, Rukia stops him and is able to unlock a new power. At this point, Kurosuna still doesn't know that the mermaid that keeps saving him is Rukia, but he kind of suspects. Either way, homeboy is down bad for her. Like, he's already having dreams about her and pledging his love for her in chapels. Side note, this chapel chapter pissed me off because the prince guy, okay, he asks Rukia out on a date, and Miss No Backbone over here lies and says that she's going out with Kurosuna that day. Prince Man backs off, and Rukia texts Kurosuna about going on a date just to make her lie become true, and Kurosuna is kind of going through it at this point, so he doesn't answer. And then Sunday rolls around, and the prince guy is at Rukia's doorstep with flowers, calling her a bad liar because she's obviously not on a date with her man. And instead of lying again or telling him to frick off, Rukia goes on a date with him? Like, she gets swept away by it all. This is a main character that doesn't really do anything. Things just happen to her. When is this girl gonna stop letting others do whatever they want with her? Girl, you can't be torn between two guys when you know damn well you have no interest in one of them. This isn't even a love triangle anymore. It's more like a line and a dot. It's a lowercase I. After Kurosuna and Rukia profess their love in this super special chapel, then it's time for the parents to meet, apparently. Even though Lucia doesn't want her daughter to be with a human. A little bit off topic, but Kurosuna's dad scared me for a moment, because he looks a little bit like King Hamasaki Masahiro, who is actually Rina's man. But no, this is just some guy with glasses. Anyways, the parents meet, and it also happens to be Kurosuna's birthday that day, and Rukia didn't know because she just met this guy maybe 2 months ago. Seira makes an appearance, and she actually has an expensive gift for Kurosuna's birthday. So this makes Rukia feel really guilty because she has nothing for him. Kurosuna then tells her that her being there is present enough. My girl Seira then gets jealous of their happiness, and she does something that just shook my resolve to be a fan of hers. She gave one of her attacks a stupid name. Seira, why? Can't you take a page out of Sarah's book and just sing a tsunami at them? So then Rukia transforms, but she's all alone and she feels that she can't do this all alone. But then her mom Lucia jumps in to back her up, and the comparison of the outfits. My god. I said it once and I'll say it again. How does your mom have more drip than you, girl? Also, the jellyfish that were attacking them get all confuddled by the fact that they look like twins, and it almost feels like Hanamori Pink is making fun of all of us that hate the fact that they look like twins. And that's what we have so far. Some of the chapters were filler, some didn't really give world building or any character moments. I don't know. I'll keep reading despite my criticisms. And on to the painting finally. This is what Lucia looked like in the manga. You know, long ass dress with a drop waist, long ass hair, crown, and scepter. The previous Aqua Regina had blue as an accent color, so for Lucia I used pink because that's her signature color. Also, previous Aqua Regina had like a shawl type of thing going on, something that Lucia doesn't have. So I did take some artistic liberties here. I felt like giving her a floor-length dress would have made her look a little bit disproportionate. Like, she has a drop waist skirt thing going on, which makes her torso look longer. So with an even longer skirt, I feel it just makes her look like her legs are the wrong size. So I gave her a bit more of a poofy skirt. This dress is very much inspired by the wedding dress Audrey Hepburn wears in Funny Face. I think it's just so cute and elegant. I'm just a sucker for ballerina looking dress. I love the movement of it and the shape. I gave her a bigger crown because I was feeling extra that day, and I gave her hair a lot of volume at the top. I like to think that she's wearing a bumpet under there. I changed up the jewelry a bit. The earrings are pretty much the same, but the necklace was a bit too plain for me, so I made it into one of those shoulder body chain necklaces. There's so many fancy ones out there, but I just wanted a little more pizzazz, so I didn't go crazy here. I also added some crystal hibiscus flowers all about, since that flower is super special to her. I changed the dress's neckline to be strapless and almost petal-like. I just thought it would accentuate the shoulder necklace very well. And I added a rainbow crystal to represent all the pearls, the oceans, and the princesses. Also, I gave her some golden vines down her arms instead of the scepter because I thought her arms looked a little bit too bare. I'm going for opulence here. I also made sure to add much sparkle and glitter everywhere. Just because Lucia is such a dull person doesn't mean that her godly portrait has to be dull, okay? I did have a bit of trouble with her face. Like, I'm just never satisfied with it, and I can't put my finger on why. I keep flipping the canvas and it's not helping out. I don't know. I keep changing it here and there, and I most likely will change it in the final product also. I do like how the eyeshadow looks though. It's very slay. With this backlighting, she kind of looks like those portraits of Jesus Christ. Oops. And here's the final product. This damn painting took me so long to actually finish. I kept abandoning it and picking it up again. In the end, I am satisfied with how she turned out. This was a good practice for painting sparkles and glitter. I hope we get to see Lucia as Aqua Regina more. I want to see how powerful she is. I don't know what I'm going to do with this manga, but I'm still kind of hoping for a reboot, even though it might be a dumpster fire. I know that they just released or will release a Blu-ray of the anime, and I do kind of want that. I hope it's subtitled. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please send good vibes so I can keep posting because I feel very lazy sometimes. Stay safe. Bye.